Why is Red Vest Ready not working? Well, let's take a closer look. First, I did some research. Do all parties know their roles and responsibility?
Honestly, it was just kind of at the moment, hey, let me take your picture, and I posed for it. And then later on, I actually found out that I was a mentor when I saw my picture underneath the wording.
Wait a minute, did he say that he didn't even know he was a mentor?
And then later on, I actually found out that I was a mentor when I saw my picture underneath the wording.
How can any recipe be a success without the main ingredient? Now let's listen to Sophia, a new associate at 2271, and her experience with Red Vest Ready.
Hands-on training is definitely more conducive. Having someone there and being able to actually do it gives you the retention that you need to really recall what you need to do in certain situations. I've had multiple mentors. I can't really recall any one that really trained me in on any specific thing.
So multiple mentors with no structure and no guideline to follow? And it's often wondered why there's so many questions that come up each day. I'm sure we can all agree that change needs to happen, and it needs to happen fast. Now Sophia will tell us what she needs to be successful in her role here at Lowe's.
More training for the people who are training you, to have a little more structure there, because without that structure, it's hard to know for me, who do I go to ask questions, or who am I going to be comfortable with? How am I supposed to navigate working here? They're just doing it on the fly. They're like, what do we normally do here? And they forget the things that are also important, which are other aspects of the job that maybe don't come up very often, but are very important to know. So having a little bit more training for them to train me would be super helpful.
Now that I've gathered information from a mentor as well as feedback from a new associate, let's hear from a few ASMs here at 2271. First, let's hear from Robin and what she has to say about Red Vest Ready.
On their first day of hire, they go through the class, and after that, they have about 2 days of working on the computer system, which the HR takes them, tells them what classes they need to take.
Looking at a Red Vest Ready booklet, day 1 consists of only 2 hours of computer work, and the rest is shadowing your mentor on the sales floor. As far as HR, they are only there to provide guidance and support to the ASM.
I will give them the Red Vest Ready book as soon as they have worked with their mentor, which is going to be Adriana or Peggy. They will go to the customer service desk where they're going to learn the phones and all the basics that they aren't taught while they're at the register. Once that's complete, they'll work on their Red Vest Ready, which takes them back and forth to the computer on the floor to learn different things. Once they're completed with that and they have the basic list that we've made of what needs to be learned, as well as the cashier system, then I will sit down with them and go over everything.
Looking over the ASM checklist, a few things are missing from the current Red Vest Ready program here at 2271. Now let's hear what the expectations are to be a mentor.
You have to be good, you have to know your job, and you have to talk to the HR.
In the manager's guide for Red Vest Ready, it says the ASM is responsible for selecting the mentor. So it's just a matter of me saying I want to be a mentor?
Not necessarily, because you have to be someone that does know your job and is good at your job before you can mentor someone. Up to this point, HR has made that decision.
So they make a decision based on somebody's performance?
Yes.
And then they take a picture and they become a mentor?
Ding dong. Ding dong, yes, that's it.
Now let's hear from Brian, another ASM at 2271, and his take on Red Vest Ready.
So, after you get hired, you go through a new hire orientation, which is a day long of, kind of getting acclimated with Lowe's. You have some speakers talking to you. Then you have a day or two of training, completing some basic courses. Then you and I will spend some time together. I'll give you a booklet that outlines day to day. I'll introduce you to your mentor. So at that point, once we go through that, I'll give you a schedule. You'll be spending the majority of your time between some computer-based learning and time with your mentor, with some follow-up from me on a daily basis.
So as you can see, between the two different ASMs, there's two different interpretations of Red Vest Ready. When I asked Brian how I could become a mentor, this was his response.
That's a great question. I believe that you should ask the HR manager, because I truly have no idea.
So instead of asking how to become a mentor, I asked how the current ones got chosen.
Well, first of all, they got nominated, or kind of selected in a sense, by the management staff here as good candidates to be mentors. I think there's supposed to be some type of training, but I'm not sure that actually happened. But that's how they became mentors, was they were knighted as mentors.
Brian was absolutely correct when saying he thought there was training for the mentors. After showing Brian a little bit of my research, I asked him in his opinion, how could we improve the training process here at 2271?
Personally, I think the ASMs, including myself, need to be more involved. We rely a lot on the mentors that we currently have and the computer-based learning to train our associates. And quite honestly, the mentors, I know I haven't spent enough time with them setting an expectation as to what they should or what's most important is what they should be training as the new associates. So what a mentor might think they're doing and training and showing a new associate might be completely different than what I am.
So now that we've done some research, let's figure out the root cause. Associates are not receiving the proper training. Why? Well, shortcuts are obviously being taken when selecting and training mentors. Why? Well, ASMs definitely are having different interpretations of their role in the Red Vest Ready program. Why? Well, for 2271, it seems as though they relied a lot on the HR to do everything.
Which the HR takes them, tells them what classes they
That's a
need to
great question. I believe that you should ask the HR manager.
So now that we've discovered our faults, let's focus on a solution. First, we need to have a manager's meeting so that everyone understands their roles as well as expectations in the training process. Second, as a team, we need to select the appropriate mentors and have them properly trained so that they are well equipped with the tools necessary to teach others. Third, we need to follow the guidelines that have been put in place for us as managers. Skipping steps in hopes to get more associates on the floor will ultimately result in more work for us down the road. How often do we look at associates differently due to the lack of knowledge they possess, when in reality, we need to be looking in the mirror? Last but not least, we definitely need to try and make celebrations bigger and better. Here's just one idea that I came up with for testing their knowledge after training with their mentors. What you see here is a game called Kahoot. Kahoot is a game-based learning platform. Over 1 million corporate employees currently play Kahoot. Makes training fun and engaging. You can design and create as many questions as you want for each department. You can do true or false, fill in the blank, or even, as you see here, multiple choice. All you need is a computer, and the associates actually answer from their own phones. You can have unlimited amount of players and track each player's score. I would ultimately use this game at the end of their Red Vest Ready to ensure quality training was received, as well as celebrating their accomplishments and rewarding them with a red vest. Now what I'd like to do is have you listen in so you can see the excitement for yourselves. These are questions that have come up since you guys have been in training, not necessarily you guys.
Where did they grow you?
I love helping people, and I love to have fun. My promise is to combine the two by making others better as a result of my presence and making sure it lasts in my absence. I not only want to help customers love where they live, but I want to help associates love where they work.